Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak pranaschakshushrotramato balamindriyani cha sarvani sarvam brahma upanishadam maham brahma nirakuryam mama brahma nirakarot anirakaranamastu anirakaranam me astu. Tadatmani nirate yaupanishatsu dharmaste mai santu te mai santu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Ityetadaksharamudgitamupasita Om Ityhyudgayate Tasyopavyakyanam. Page 401. Maghavan martyam va idam shariram attam mrityuna dasya amrutasya asharirasya atmanah adhishthanam atto vai sasharirah priya priyabhyam न वै सशरीरस्य सतः प्रिया प्रिययोः अपहतिरस्ति अशरीरं वा वसन्तं न प्रिया प्रिये स्पृशतः. Bhagavan martyam vai idam shariram. This body is martyam. Mrityu adhinam is mortal. Attam mrityuna, not only it is going to die someday, it is constantly in the jaws of death. And as Bhashyakara said, the reason why this additional thing was said, when you say the body is mortal, if you know it's going to die, but that it can die at any moment. It is constantly dying. It can die any moment because it is in the jaws of death. So when it is said in this manner, then Bhashyakara says it can create vairagya. So kathanu nama dehabhimanatah viraktaha san nivarteta iti. So Shruti wants that this person should become free from fascination or attachment for the body, because the more the reality is given, more the attachment is. The attachment to the body is because it's taken to be the self. taken to be I, and my existence is equated to the existence of the body. Therefore, the body becomes as dear as the I is. So really it's not I, it is not you. It is something which is temporary. It's coming and going, not yourself. And therefore you cannot depend upon that. You cannot take it for granted. And it can desert you anytime. Therefore, don't waste any time. Also, another thing is that do not postpone anything. Do not waste your time because this body, anityam, asukham lokam, imam prapya bhajasvaman. Here Arjuna, imam lokam anityam, this body is anityam, impermanent. And Lord Krishna's asukham. Also, in fact, it is a cause of all kinds of pain and suffering also. Bhajasvamam. Therefore, stop worshipping the body and stop worshipping the sense pleasures which are also related to the body. Bhajasvamam, may you worship me. So that's the kind of idea here. So attam vai mrityuna. Attam mrityuna. However, the body also has an important role to play. That the body is mortal, it is in the jaws of death, it can die any time, that is what it is. However, it is adhishthanam, it is the seat of expression or seat of manifestation. Asya amrutasya asharirasya atmanah. So this is what now, asya atmanah. So asya amrutasya asharirasya atmanah. That's what Bhashyakara is explaining on page 402. Tashariram in the third line, asya samprasadasya tristhanataya gamyamanasya. This samprasada, the serene one, which in here in this case means Atma, tristhanataya gamyamanasya. You know the existence of the Atma on the basis of the three sthanam or the three states, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushuptakyasya sthanatra sambanditvena. So samprasada or the Atma may not be directly recognized, although it is always directly experienced, because it is my own self, and still, on account of the identification of the upadhi, of the gross and subtle bodies, usually a person takes himself to a waker, or a dreamer, or a sleeper. So, tristhanataya gamyamanasya, the one that is constantly moving from one state to the other. Avasya, samprasadasya. So in this particular case, because the instruction of Prajapati is centered upon the three states of presenting Atma as the avasthatra sakshi or avasthatra adhishthanam, the very substratum of the three states of waker, dreamer, deep sleeper. So this samprasada, that is as though constantly moving from one state to the other, the three states. Amrutasya, which is, who is immortal, maranadi, dehendriya, manodharma varijitasya ityedad. Because Bhashyakara said earlier, shariramiti sa indriya manobhi uchyate. Indriya manobhi sa shariram uchyate. That word shariram, or the body, also includes the mana, the mind, as well as the sense organs. Meaning that it is both the gross as well as the subtle bodies. Therefore, Amrutasya, so the Atma is Amruta, immortal. Again, a word, meaning of the word is usually understood with reference to something else. So Amruta is understood with reference to what is Martya. As far as an ignorant person is concerned, immortal is the one that is free from mortality. So mortality is something that you experience. Where is it? Dehen maranadi dehendriya manodharma varjitasya. So we are very familiar with the body which we know is mortal, and so also the manaha and indriya, the mind and the sense organs. So you know what is mortal. With reference to that, so that is how Amruta is explained. Maranadi dehendriya manodharma varjitasya dharma varjitasya. Devoid of dharma or the attributes of the mind and sense organs of the body. So this is also a way of creating vairagya. So we are creating what we call that, doing the viveka of the Atma Anatma Viveka. Because Atma is Amrutaha, Amrutasya. Therefore, it is distinct from or different from what is mortal. Immortal is the one that is different from the mortal. And the Vashyaka said, Maranadi, Dehendriya, Manodharma, Maran, etc. So Dehendriya, Manodharma. Dharma is the attribute of the Deha, Indriya, Manaha, of which Maranadi, death, etc. So Jayate, Asti, Vardate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, all of these dharmas are included. Meaning, as far as the mind is concerned, the sense organs are concerned, we may not see the death as such, but we see a constant change in them. And where the change is, that what is changing is perishable. Therefore, it is subject to die someday. Although the way the subtle body will die is different from the way the gross body will die. Because the presence of gross body is dependent upon the prarabdha. Because it is karmajam tadatmyam. The association of the body is karmajam, is the product of the prarabdha karma. So when the prarabdha karma is over, of course the gross body will die. Here the subtle body sahajam tadatmyam, meaning that the identity is because it is the nature of subtle body to reflect consciousness. And the word that will be there as long as, of course, subtle body is there, as long as ignorance is there. So subtle body also will die someday, when the ignorance will go. Until then also the subtle body is subject to constant change anyway. And Atma or Amruta is the one that is devoid not only of the death, Maranadi, but devoid of the Jayate, Asti, Vardate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, all Shad Vikara. So, Shad Bhava Vikara Rahita hai, the one that is free from all the modifications that any entity that goes through. Now continuing with the fourth line of the Bhashya. So in the line 27 it was said, Amrutasya taduktischa swataha tad dharma rahitasya tadvatvam aupahadigam mithyadi darshayitum iti bhavaha. Amrutasya taduktihi. What does Upanishad say? Asya Amrutasya. Swataha tad dharma rahitasya tadvatvam aupadikam. Because the question here was raised by Indra. Vinasham apito vinasham eva apito bhavati. Now, I find that the Atma perishes. Atma attains the stage of destruction. So Atma is mortal. This is what Indra says I find. So taduktisya swataha tad dharma rahitasya. So by this word amrutasya, the teacher wants to convey to Indra that swataha tad dharma rahitasya. The Atma himself is rahitasya, devoid of tad dharma, devoid of mortality, martyatvam vinasha dharma. Tadvatvam aupadikam. But when we find that the Atma is vinashi, it is subject to destruction or that it dies, it is mortal, aupadikam. It is due to the upadhi, meaning due to the identification of the upadhi or looking at the Atma through the prism of upadhi. So when you look at the Atma, the self means one's own self, through the prism of upadhi's body, mind, sense organs, then Atma is taken to appear to be mortal. Depends on what you are looking through. And so, tad dharmavatvam, that the Atma appears to be mortal is upadikam, is only due to upadhi and not on its own. Just swata tad dharma rahitasya. Take a crystal that is in fact devoid of any color, and still the crystal appears to be red. And therefore the one who does not know the nature of crystal concludes that the crystal is red, it's colored. And so he said that, well, crystal on its own is devoid of the redness or any color. Then how come it appears red? That is upadikam, because upadhi, that limiting adjunct, like a flower, like some red object that is beside the crystal, that creates only the appearance of redness in the crystal. Similarly, there is something which is very close or which is in proximity to Atma, and that is his body, sense organs, the gross and subtle bodies. And so, Atma being like crystal, transparent, pure, and therefore it naturally reflects the attributes of this body, mind, sense complex. And therefore, then we cannot distinguish. So what the teacher has to convey to the student is to be able to distinguish between the crystal and the color. Even when crystal appears to be colored, to recognize that the color belongs to, is not inherent in the crystal, it is due to some adventitious factor, upadhi. So word amrutasya, as the Tikakara says, is used by the teacher to convey that Atma by itself, himself is immortal, and that you thought that Atma is mortal. So that also should be explained. If Atma by nature is immortal, how come Indra came to the conclusion that Atma is mortal? There was some reason must be there. So that also Indra should understand. Oh, now I see. I thought Atma is mortal. Why? Tadvatvam aupadikam. That tadvatvam means Atma possessing the dharma of mortality. So martyatvam is aupadikam, is only due to upadhi. So then Indra understands. That is how the Viveka takes place. That martyatvam belongs to upadhi and not to Atma. Meaning that even when Atma appears to be mortal, it is not mortal. That this is most important. Even when the 10th man is thought to be lost, he is not lost. Now the Tikakara continues in line 27. Amrutasya anena marana rupa deha dharma rahityena swataha deha tada deha tadatma rahitya siddhe. So what amrutasya would enable Indra to carry out the viveka or the discrimination, separation of Atma from Anatma, from the gross body. So amrutasya iti anena marana rupa deha dharma dharaityena. Amrutasya means what? So amartyasya. So martyatva rahitaha or martyatva rahitasya amrutasya. So when this is said, then Indra now understands that marana rupa deha dharma rahityena, that martyatvam maranam, death belongs to the body. Atma is devoid of the attribute of mortality, which is the attribute of body, okay? Means what? Swatah deha tadatma rahitya siddhe. So by word amruta it is already established or conveyed by Prajapati that Atma is devoid of the attributes of the body, meaning Atma is devoid of the body, is different from the body. Because they are dharma adhyasa. Mortality is the dharma of the body. And that dharma is superimposed on Atma, and Atma is taken to be mortal. So Atma is immortal. It's clear that Atma is devoid of the attributes of the body, meaning Atma is not the body. It's very clear. So deha tadatma rahitya siddhe, then asharirasya tadasya amrutasya asharirasya atmana adhishthanam. Then why should you say asharirasya? The amrutasya automatically conveys or implies asharirasya. Amrutasya automatically implies because sharira is martyam, amrutam is ashariram. So asharirasya punaruktam iti ashankya. Why does then Shruti say amrutasya and asharirasya? It is repeating itself or what? So Bhashyakara explains that in the fourth line of the Bhashya. Amrutasya anenaiva ashariratve siddhe punaha asharirasya iti vachanam vayavadivat savayavatva murtimatve ma bhutam. We already read that, yeah, okay. So amrutasya iti anenaiva, by the word amrutasya itself, ashariratve siddhe. It means that Atma is asharira, unembodied, devoid of body. Punaha asharirasya iti vachanam, and still to say that Atma is asharira is vayavadivat savayavatva murtimatve ma bhutam. That Atma can be without the body, but on its own Atma can be savayava, meaning Atma can have its own avayava or limbs or parts, or Atma can have its own form. So Atma can be imagined to be an entity, having a form, having parts, like a devata, like something, So people have different notions about Atma. Some people think that it's like a flame and, things kind like that. And so if anybody thinks that Atma is some kind of an attribute, it's not the body, but it is some kind of a light, some kind of a flame, it is some form. Because the dualists think that Atma also is a different entity distinct from Ishvara. So it may have its own form, etc. Or Jains may feel that Atma is the same form as the body, etc. So even though Atma is devoid of body, Atma itself can have parts and it itself can have a form. So Savayavatva, Murtivatvam, Savayavatvam having avayava or having parts. Murtimatvam having murti means having tangibility or it can have a form. Mahabhutam, that Atma is devoid of that also. Iti. So, you already saw this. Mahabhutam iti etadartham punah asharirasti vachanam. Mahabhutam, then you add iti etadartham punah asharirasya iti vachanam. For that purpose, asharirasya is what is said, that somebody may not think that Atma himself has a form, himself has limb, and therefore further specified asharirasya. So as the Tikakara said, we read this, atra sharirami shiryade vyatpratya yaugam vishranavattam uchyade. That Atma is, asharira means what? It is not in fact subject to shiryamanatvam or visharanatvam or subject to disintegration. Tatasya savayavasya vayavadehe murtimatasya ghatadehe vishrinatamidi vishrinata darshanat vishran abhavoktya tayo nivritti ityartha. So asharirasya is said. What is asharira? Asharira what? Ashiryamana or ashiryamanasya. Asharirasya means ashiryamanasya. Not just this body. It is that which is not subject to disintegration. No, it is that which is not perishable. Because, so whatever is savayavadivat, so whatever is avayava is definitely perishable. So anything that possesses limbs or parts is perishable because whatever holds those parts together, when that holding factor does not remain, the parts are going to separate. That's what parts means. Somebody has put them together. So all these parts are put together with something. In this case, it's karma, let us say. But if it's a idol, so then you put those parts together, and you may have some kind of an adhesive or something like that. Someday it will lose its force and the parts will separate. Because to have parts is not a natural state. Parts are not born, parts are created and then joined. Therefore, what is joined will also separate. So it's well known that even though you are unembodied, even though you don't have the body, you can still be mortal. So even though you may not have body, if you have parts, or if you have a form, then you are mortal anyway. So asharirasya means ashiryamanasya is not subject to disintegration in any way by having parts or by having form. So vishana bhavoktya tayo nivritti ityartha. Ashariram, ashiryamanam, meaning what? So then it is niravayavam. It is amurtam. It is without avayava, without murti. Tatascha amrutatvena ukta maranadi dharmarahitye ashariratvam sayavattvadi dharmarahityarum hetutvena uktamidi bhavaha. So by these two words, amrutatvena ukta maranadi dharmarahitye. So when Atma is amrutasya, then maranadi dharmarahitaha, meaning that it is devoid of the attribute of death, etc. Then ashariratvam sayavattvadi dharmarahitya rupam, and it is asharira means what? Devoid of the avayava as well as the murti of the form. Hetutvena uktam. So you can say that Atma is amrutaha. Why? Because asharira. So amrutatvam because of ashariratvam. So that's what Tikakara says. Amrutatvena ukta maranadi dharma. Why is Atma amruta? Why is Atma immortal? Why is it devoid of death or mortality? Because it is asharira. What is Asharira? Ashiryamana. Because it is not subject to disintegration. Meaning what? Because if Atma had parts, then it would have been perishable. If Atma had form, it would be perishable. So therefore, it is a yogic or the derivative meaning of Asharira. Asharirasya meaning what? Ashiryamanasya. That implies that it is Niravayava. It implies that it is Amurta. So Niravayavatvam and Amurtatvam are presented as the reason for Amrutatvam. So Shariratvam is presented as the Hetu for Amrutatvam. So Hetutvena Uktam iti bhavaha. So Ashariratvam Hetutvena Uktam. So Kasmat Amrutaha Yasmat Ashariraha. So Ma Bhutam iti tadartham punah Asharisari Vachanamitvanyaya. That somebody may feel that is unembodied all right, but still has parts and still has form, and therefore it is said Ashariram, so that kind of a doubt also is eliminated. Then again Tikakara says Sarvabhaktikas Tasihi iti. Because there is this Atmana, the Tat Pratyaya, Tas Pratyaya is there. Then Sarvabhaktika Tasihi. That Tas Pratyaya can mean any Vibhakti. Here it doesn't mean any Vibhakti, it is fifth and sixth, but at least that Tas Pratyaya can mean the fifth case or sixth case. So Atmana, which case is it? It can be fifth case or it can be sixth case. So Atman and Tas becomes Atmana. Therefore, it can be either fifth case or sixth case. So Bhashyakara gives both the meanings. So Tadasya, Amrutasya, Asharirasya, Atmana Adhishtanam. Asya Atmana Adhishtanam. Although when you say Asya, then of course that Atmana means only sixth case. But then Bhashyakara takes Atmana as both fifth case as well as sixth case. But then Asya Atmana. So the Tikakara says Bhashyakara has given both the meanings therefore. So Bhashyakara says in the fifth line, Atmanaha Bhogadhishthanam Swasya Atmanaha Bhogadhishthanam. Says Anandagiri, Atmanaha Adhisthana Vyatra Bhogaiti Apekshita Purnam Krutam. So one meaning is Atmana Adhishthanam. Means what? Atmana Bhogadhishthanam. Adhishthanam is the seat. Adhishthanam is the dwelling or ashraya, the locus. So this body is the seat or the locus of bhoga, of experience of the Atma. So if Atma wants to experience the world, then Atma requires a body. And not that it wants to, but this is what you can say. That if Satchidananda Atma has a desire that it wants to experience, the objects of the world, then even Satchidananda Atma also requires a vehicle for experience, and that is this body. So therefore, Bhoktru Bhogayatanam Sharirmati Vishesharthanam Uktva Bhoktru Bhogayatam Shariram Tadasya Atman Adhishthanam. Adhishthanam is what? Bhoga Adhishthanam is Bhoktru Bhogayatanam Shariram. Atma, the body is the seat for Bhokta as well as Bhoga. The Bhokta also dwells here, and Bhoga, the experience, also dwells here. So you require the body in order for you to be experiencer. You require a body in order for you to experience. And therefore the body is both the locus seat of Bhokta as well as Bhoga. Iti. So one meaning is Atmana Bhogadhisthana. Then the Tika says in the line 32, Atma Shabdena Paramatmanam Gruhitva Tasil Pratyam Cha Panchamyarthe Svikritya Utpannamedi Pada Adhyaharana Vyakhyanantaram Aha. So, Asya Atmanaha Adhishthanam, Asya Paramatmana Adhishthanam, but Atma is taken to be Paramatma. Then Paramatma is Ishvara, means creator, sustainer, dissolver. So that way, but Atma can be understood also as Paramatma. Although the discussion is not Paramatma anyway. Asya, Amrutasya, Asharirasya, Atmana. But then Atma is Paramatma anyway. Even though you may not know it so, but Atma is Paramatma. So, Atma Shabdena Paramatmanam Gruhitva Asya Paramatmana Adhishthanam Tasil Pratyam Cha Panchamyarthe Svikritya. That Tasil also can be fifth case. If what Atmana means sixth case, then Atmana Bhogadhishthanam. Atma is fifth case, then it becomes what? The Upadana Karanam. So Upadana Panchami. Utpannamedi Padadhyaharana. So Atman Utpannam Adhishthanam, but Utpannam is added there. Utpannam Padadhyaharana. So by adding a word, Atmana Adhishthanam, Atmana Utpannam Adhishthanam. Atmana from Atma. Then, fifth case. So Utpannam created. Adhishthanam or the seed that is created from Atma. So that's the meaning. So that's what Bhashyakara says. Atmanova Sataha Ikshituhu Tejo Bannadikramena Utpannam Adhishthanam. Atmanava from Atma Satah. What is that Atma? Sat. Sadeva Soumya Idamagrasid. So Atma is because Tat Satyam Sa Atma Tattvamasi. So anyway, in the 6th chapter, the Sat is equated to Satya. And what is Animna? It is Anim means it is presented as if Jagat Karanam. So that Sat which is Jagat Karanam is Satyam Sa Atma Tattvamasi. So there Sat is equated to Satya and Satya again is equated to Atma and therefore Sat is Atma. So therefore Atma also can mean Sat. Aitat Atmadam Sarvam, all of this has the Sat as its Atma. So Atmanova Satah, that is also fifth case, Satah. Ikshituhu tad aikshada bahusyam prajaya tat teja asrujada. So Ikshituhu, that Sat or the Atma that deliberated, may I become many. That's how the element fire was created, then water was created, and so the whole universe was created. Tejo Bannadikramana Utpannam. So before the body was created, these intermediate steps of creation also were required. That first, the element fire was created. Then the element water was created. Then element earth is created. And from that, of course, the body was created. So Tejo Bannadikramena. In the sequence of the fire, water and earth, the body was created. So Utpannam Adhishthanam. Atmana Utpannam Adhishthanam. Also the Adhishthanam, the seat or the dwelling which is born of Atma through the sequence of the fire, water and earth. So that's another meaning. Sri Anandagiri, Adhishthanam Janayituhu Tasya Upalabde Adhikaranamiti Avata. So Janayituhu Satah. Sat is what? Janayitru, meaning what? It is a creator. So Janayituhu tasya upalabdhe adhikaranam. Then this body becomes a adhikaranam, the locus of the upalabdhi of the realization of Atma. But that would be said next, in fact, that is the next sentence. See the other tika in the line 33, adhitisthati asmineva iti panchamyarthe svikritya, no sorry, iti parichedabhimanam prapya tatreva tishthate heto shrimadhishthanam. A third meaning is given. Adhitisthati asmin iti adhishthanam. So, that in which, so one presides over, you can say, adhitisthati, presides over. Iti parichedabhimanam prapya. So Atma presides over this body. How can Atma preside over the body? Only by identifying with the body. The Atma or the Paramatma chose to identify with the body. Anena jivena atmana. So then the Atma entered, of course, the three elements, and then ultimately they enter the body. So Atma entered the whole universe by first entering these three elements, the fire, water and earth. Inasmuch as those elements transform themselves to become the whole universe, that way Atma has entered the whole universe as one who presides over everything, or one who obtains it everywhere. So therefore Atma is everywhere, and therefore everything becomes the seat of manifestation of Atma. Also becomes the locus of realization of Atman. So, adhitisthasmineva iti parichedabhimanam prapya. Parichedabhiman is what? The identification, the sense of limitation, which arises from identification. So that is how the Sat or Ishvara or Paramatma entered this body, meaning chose to identify the body. Chose to have the aham bhava, the sense of I-ness in the body. Tatreva tisthati iti hetoho. So Atma, then let us read the next sentence. Bhashyakara says, Jiva rupena pravishya sadeva adhitisthati asmin itiva adhishthanam. So adhitisthati asmin iti adhishthanam. So sadeva adhitisthati. Sat or Paramatma alone presides over this body. How? Jiva rupena pravishya. So anena jivena atma anupravishya nam rupe vyakarvani. So what is it? This tisro devataha. These three devatas will enter as jiva atma and then all manifest or spread all the names and forms. So sadeva adhitisthati. Therefore, who presides over this body? Who manifests through this body? It's Sat or Paramatma alone. So why is it so? That says here, adhishthanam janayituhu tasya upalabdhe adhikaranamiti yavad. So therefore, the Janayita, the Creator himself, entered here and presides over it, identified with it. Presides over it, meaning that this body becomes a very locus of the realization of Paramatma. It's for that purpose that Sat or Paramatma entered this body or got identified with the body. This other tika, adhitisthasmineva iti parichedaprat tattva tisthati hetoho shrim adhisthana vityartha. So parichedabhyam prapya. Then Atma remains here. He presides over by identifying. So as long as the body is, as though you can say that Atma is there as the very presiding principle. Although not that he really enters the body, but here enters the identification. And so the identification remains the karmajam bhrantijam tadatmyam. This third tadatmyam. Bhrantijam tadatmyam. What is bhranti? Taking the body to be myself. The bhranti. So karmajam tadatmyam, sahajam tadatmyam, bhrantijam tadatmyam. So this Bhranti, that I am the body. As long as the body is, that Bhranti remains. Of course, as long as ignorance is. Adhikaranartha lived iti bhavaha. So this pratyaya is anam pratyaya, ana, in the sense of the, so verbal activity is also in the sense of an abode or an instrument. So the anam can be an abode or mainly generally instrument, you see. And therefore, adhikaranartha lived here, lived is or anam pratyaya is adhikaranam. So it can be adhikaranam, it can be instrument, or it can be abode also. Adhikaranam is abode. So either adhikaranam, abode or instrument. One of the meanings is there. Normally, anam is instrument. So what is kapitha jambu phalacharu bhakshanam? So then, anam there is what? That this one who is eating all these fruits and stuff like that, There of course is bhakshakam anyway, that bhakshanam is interpreted as bhakshakam, so that's again a different thing. But anam usually means in the instrumental sense. So karanam in instrumental sense. But it is adhikaranam. So when adhi is added, it becomes now the locus. So anam can be karanam or adhikaranam, either way. Here is in the sense of adhikaranam. Adhishthanam has anam pratyaya, which is in the sense of adhikaranam. A locus. So adhisthana shabdasya arthantaram jiva rupena. Okay. This other Tikakara says, evam supte paricheda, no, supte vinasha brahmam, dehadvaya vinashopadikam upadya. So this way, supte vinasha brahmam. The Indra had this Brahma, or this notion, or the delusion that Atma is mortal in the deep sleep state. So here Prajapati is explaining why did that Brahma or notion arise. It is Dehadvaya Vinashopadikam. Because the Upadhi of Dehadvaya, the gross and subtle bodies, are Vinashi, and therefore Atma is taken to Vinashi. So now Indra understands. Why did I come to the conclusion that Atma is Vinashi? It's because it's the Sharyam that is Vinashi. And Sharyam is Dehadvayam. Upadya. So this has been shown with Tarka, with reasoning. Swapnadau apriyavetrutvadehe dehadu upadikatvamaha sapriyavetta eva bhavati. Other things, now in the deep sleep state, Atma is mortal. Here, vichyayanti eva, and then what is roditi eva, apriyavetta eva bhavati. All of these things about swapna have not been explained. So that dehadva upadikam. That also is because the upadhi of dehadvaya. That the body or mind is subject to crying and subject to being chased and subject to unpleasant experience, etc. So the Atma seems to have unpleasant experiences in dream. Atma seems to be chased in the dream. Atma seems to be attacked in the dream. Atma experiences unpleasant things in the dream is all due to Dehadvaya, not the inherent nature of Atma, due to the gross and subtle bodies. Iti atta iti. So we don't have that here, So this Tikakara, atta iti shruti, we don't find it in our patha. Then continuing, tatra sasharirattvasya atmani samsar hetutva siddhyartham sharirasya dharmadhikaryattvena priyadamatvam vadan. Now further, sasharirattvasya atmani samsar hetutva siddhyartham. So Atma is samsari, Atma is suffering, samsari means suffering. So samsara hetutva siddhyartham. What is it causes Atma, the suffering of the Atma? Sashariratvam. That Atma is embodied, Atma himself unembodied. If so, then how come he's crying and he's experiencing unpleasant things? Why? So Sashariratvam, the identification of the body is what causes samsara. So Atmani samsara hetu to siddhyartham. We know all this, but here the Shruti says, how come Atma is thought to be a samsari? Atma is thought to be an experience of the unpleasant things. Why? Because of the identification of the body. Therefore, that is samsara hetu. Atma by nature is samsari, but as though becomes samsari on account of being embodied, meaning on account of the identification of the gross and subtle bodies. Alright, so how did that happen? Sharirasya dharmadikaryattvena. Suppose I'm identified with the body, so what? Okay? But see, sharirasya dharmadikaryat, but this body is a product of what? So you are attaching to yourself with what? That's another important thing. So what you are identifying with, or what you are attaching yourself, will take you down the drain. That's the problem. And therefore, body itself is what? Dharma adhikaryam. Body is the product of dharma and adharma, papa and punya. So dharma will give rise to punya. Punya will give rise to pleasant experiences, happiness or pleasure. And adharma creates papa. That gives rise to pain. So therefore, dharma adhika, this body is a product of dharma and adharma. Therefore, it is subject to pleasure and pain, sukha and dukkha. Here it is priya and apriya. So words used here are priya and apriya. Same as sukha and dukkha, the pleasant and unpleasant. So body will go through this. Body being the product of the karma, it is subject to constantly being afflicted by the pleasant and unpleasant. There's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes heat, sometimes cold, sometimes, and the mana, and the honor, dishonor, stuti, ninda is going to happen. So heat and cold are the level of the gross body, but the honor, dishonor, praise, censure, success, failure, all the level of subtle body. And so this is going to happen because the samsara or the universe, the world is made up of the dvandva, the pairs of opposites, and they will constantly afflict this upabody. Meaning that the body will attract these things, because body is made up of dharma, and therefore it naturally will attract this or is subject to this. So priyadimatvam vadan. So now the body, so sashariratvam itself need not become the cause of samsara. But because sharira is the product of dharma, and therefore it is subject to priya and apriya, and therefore atma becomes subject to priya because of the identity in the body. Otherwise it would have been okay. So poor fellow, but then atma, it entered this body to gain the experience of the world, let us say. But unfortunately, those experiences are of the nature of priya and apriya. Pleasant and unpleasant. He is now attacked by this, constantly afflicted by pleasant and unpleasant. That is called samsara. And so sukha dukkha sakshatkara samsara. That's how once it is explained by Bhashyakara. What is samsara? The experience of pleasant and the painful. So dharmadikaratvam priyadimatvam. That body is possessed of priya and apriya because it is product of dharma and adharma. Sa shariratve prasavam sharir adhishtiratvam hetu hityaha. So why is Atma called sa sharira? Why is it called embodied? Or what caused the identification of the body? What caused the sashariratvam, the embodiedness of the Atma? Sharir adhishtiratvam hetu, because it, entered this body, it chose the body of this Adhishtanam as the seat of its manifestation or seat of expression. Then it's okay. You can function through the body. Unfortunately, functioning through the body also created the identification of the body. So what's the reason why identification arose in the first place? Because the body is what? Adhishtanam. the seat of manifestation of Atma. Otherwise, body was there and Atma was here, that identification would not have happened. But because Atma chose the body to be the seat or the locus or the abode, therefore the identification automatically happened. So that's how it happens. In the beginning you come in contact with each other, and then slowly that contact grows, and then you start doing, talking, and then this and then and touching. That just grows, That's how it starts with, that Maithunam will begin only with what? In the beginning just little contact, and will then progress all the way. Similarly for Atma also. It chose the body for its manifestation, but slowly became the body, And that's how I identified the body. So, this sashariratvam, the embodiedness is because the body is adhisthana. Therefore, sashariratvam. Therefore, priyadimatvam. Therefore, samsaritvam. So that's how it is explained here. Or as Anandagiri says, Uttarvakyastham sasharira shabdam vyachaste. Uttarvakyastham. What is Uttarvakyam? Attovai sasharira priyabhyam. So that's the next vakya that Bhashyakara wants to explain. Attovai sasharira priyabhyam. So then, what is sasharira? So sasharira shabdam vyachaste. So before explaining the vakya, the word is explained. So attovai sasharira priyabhyam. That's the vakya. Atta we know. Priya we know. But what is sasharira? So Bhashyakara proceeds to explain sasharira. So the page 403, Bhashyakara says, Yasedam idrisham nityatvena mrityugrastam dharmajanitatvat priyavat adhishthanam tat adhisthitah tadvan sashariro bhavati. See, we should note here that how Abhinava Narayanandra has been able to bring out very beautiful points, from the Bhashya. Anandagiri is there, but then this other Tikakara has dwelled, very for a long time perhaps, and is able to therefore give us the insight into the Bhashya, further insights, which we ourselves may not have, perhaps thought of. So Bhashyakara is, yes, idam idrusham. Idrusham is martatvadi visheshanavat shariram idrusham adhishthanam. Yasya idam idrusham adhishthanam. Yasya of Atma, of whom idrusham adhishthanam. Atma is adhisthana of this nature. Idrusham adhisthana. What is idrusham? Martatvadi visheshanavat ityartha. That Atma chose an adhishthanam, an abode, for whatever reason. That abode happens to be what? Martatvadi visheshanam, is characterized by being mortal, etc. So, nityameva mrityugrastam attam mrityuna, and that which is always under the jaws of death. Dharmajanitatvat priyadivat. Further adhishthanam is what? Dharmadi janit. So that is what Bhashyakara says here. So how Bhashyakara takes from these statements and arrives at this explanations beautifully, that dharmajanitatvat, because these gross and subtle bodies are the products of dharma and adharma. Therefore, priyavat. So dharma creates priya or the pleasant, adharma creates apriya or unpleasant, and therefore this body being the product of dharma, therefore also possessed of being pleasant and unpleasant. Adhisthana, that's the nature of adhisthana. So tad adhisthitah. Atma is So presiding over adhisthana of this nature, Atma chose to preside over adhisthana or the abode of this nature, which is nityava mrityugrastam, always under the jaws of death. Dharma dharma janitatvat priya priyadivat, possessed of priya and apriya on account of being the product of dharma and dharma. So adhisthana, that adhisthita, presiding over an adhisthana like that, so tadvan became what? Possessed of that. Now so so first Atma is adhisthana, presiding over this adhisthana. But then second it became what? Tadvan, became the possessor of the adhisthana. So presiding over something is one thing and being possessed of it is another thing. So there tadvan sashariro bhavati. So how it slides, your attachment slides into becoming one with it. And so sashariro bhavati, it becomes possessed, possessing it. Tadvan becomes embodied. So tad adhisthita, presiding over this abode, tadvan becomes what? Possessed of it. Sasharira, therefore it becomes sasharira, it becomes embodied. The whole process of how Atma becomes sasharira is explained by Bhashyakara here. Anandagiri says, tad yathoktam shariram adhishtitam anedvitpatya tad adhishtita. So tad adhishtita, Bhashyakara said. What is tad adhishtita? Tad adhishtitam anena iti tad adhishtita. So tad adhishtitam anena iti vyutpatya. What is that? Yathoktam shariram adhishtitam anena. Anena atmana iti tad adhishtita. So one by whom this body is made abode, one by whom this body is presided over, is called tad adhishtita. So tad rupaha means tad tadatma abhimanavan, tad rupaha, so tadvan purusha ityartha. So tad rupaha, Atma has become of the nature of the form of the body. By presiding over the body, Atma became identified with the body and became as good as the body. Tadrupaha. He became so one with the body. So sapindidama tadvanadi became possessed of the body. So how adhisthana became the possession and became the very self. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmeri Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru